view this. Or they wanted to give their children a more better life and better comfort and better technology, latest educational system, latest educational schools and colleges, and they have the freelancing of children have been given a freelancing free hand to do, and they have no constraints to the children. So there are those aspects which make them go away from here and they earn. You will find many people whoever are there, they hardly have time to spare with us when we go to them. They hardly spare time with us at the weekend. They only have little time to speak to us. Otherwise, all the time, either they are locked inside the room with a laptop or they go away to office, driving along and come back. So they have no social life at all.
Okay.
Always a money, money, money. And once in a year, they have a break of 2 months. They fly down to India or they go around other countries. This is what is happening till today.
And how do you think the impact on India will be? Because India probably, if they carry out this deporting the immigrants, there will be few Indians also. And illegal migration, because many Indians, even I am aware of a few people, they just go on tourist visa and they'll stay for years over there. They will be going to Mexico and they will be crossing the borders. Few people, they take the tourist visa of Canada and they will cross the border and go to United States. So they have to come back. So is it a plus thing or minus for a country like India?
It is definitely a minus thing for a country like India because it shows how committed they are. It is something like, when you are having an ordinary meal in India, suddenly you are given a royal food of multi-cuisine and hi-fi package and all. Obviously, they get attracted to it. So that's how they are holding people by giving them the throwaway salaries and giving them a bonding, giving them a bond, saying that they will not leave them because they are afraid any day these people will go away. So they are tying them up with a bond and they will be legally sued if they go away. But when they are going from India, they go on a tourist visa, like you said. It is just going and seeing they go because first they want to get out of India to go get the feel there. Once they get the feel there, they would like to stay there only. So like you said, they even cross the border of whatever they need to achieve rather than coming back to India.
Okay, ma'am. And regarding the citizenship by birth, you already mentioned this because there could be factors. That is from the US point of view. We have given the answer. From the Indian point of view, I would like to ask the question because few people take this as definitely as an advantage. They go to US at the time of birth. So the baby will be born over there. He will be the PIO card. They will be getting the PIO passport of Indian origin. And later on, parents will be applying the visa, taking the child's birth citizenship as an advantage. So obviously, this particular rate also will be down. So do you think it will be impacting the forex reserves on the whole? Because on the other hand, illegal migration is being cut. And on the other hand, this birthright citizenship is also getting. And another aspect I would like to ask is few people who do not get the green card, they will be taking advantage of the children's birth and they will be applying the green card so that it will become easy for them. So over there also the citizenship and the green cards obviously will be coming down. So overall, will this be halting the brain drain to India or will this be halting the forex of India? How do you see this?
It will definitely affect the forex of India and the children who are born there, it is very difficult for them to adjust here. First comes the language problem, second comes the climate problem, third comes the comfortability, and India they don't get that comfortability, so they earn enough to get such comforts for their children. Maybe they are born here, they will get used to after some time, but their children having been born there, they fall sick or they don't want to live in India, they want to get back there. And language becomes a very big problem. They are not adjustable to Indian climate and language.
Okay. So as you have mentioned, this is a minus to India. Then
Yeah,
if
this
we
is definitely a negative aspect to India, Indian forex and Indian population also.
don't you think the brain drain of from India to US will be controlled by this?
India needs to control. India needs to control.
Okay.
Otherwise, one day we will find maximum people are only there, not here.
Okay.
There
Ma'am,
are still people who are very country dedicated to Indian country, and dedicated Indians are there are many who are against going abroad, and people who have gone abroad on their children visa and all, also parents, they only go as a fancy for 2 months or 3 months and come back, but they are at the end of the day what we get to know is they are only happy here rather than there. They say that there is no activities there. When they go there, they are just constrained to TV, and they are only constrained inside the house with chill weather, holding themselves inside the four walls.
all right, ma'am. Prime Minister Modi always refers Trump as his friend, and as we all know that Prime Minister Modi is very much inclined to Trump over Biden. That is, he is very much inclined to Republicans over the Democrats, and one of the happy person who has become the on victory of Trump is definitely Prime Minister Modi, and even Indians also support that. But now, based upon his decisions, definitely as you said that it will be a negative aspect to India. So don't you think this is a diabolic situation, which is completely unexpected?
See, this part of it, Modi is the best person to get both the countries hooked, because he has proved in the past also. He has been the laurel of so many countries and been the best prime minister award also. But do you think he will let it go that easily? He will not, because he is a man of mass, and he prevails in everybody's heart in India and abroad. So he would rather like to keep the relationship and maintain it in some or the other way, and see that the economy doesn't fall, Indians doesn't get into loss, or Indian economy doesn't fall down. He is a man of a pre-planned. His brain keeps working 24 hours. So I don't think it will be that easy for Modi also. It's a tough nut to crack, but he'll definitely do it across and find a way to it.
But this particular thing is a global issue as far as US citizenships are concerned. But Indians are very much, because Indians are very much in huge population in United States, but Indians are definitely those who are getting affected based upon the policies of Trump. So will Prime Minister Modi's requisitions will be considered, because it's not a common, it's not a point which is particular to India, but it is related to entire world, but Indians are a part of it. How do you think Prime Minister Modi could be dealing with this issue?
Can you repeat it, please?
This particular issue, see, if it is issue only pertaining to India or only pertaining to Hindus, for example, Trump is the person who has raised his voice against the violence of Bangladeshi Hindus, which is respectable only to India and Bangladeshi Hindus. But whereas the citizenship issue is a global issue for America, and Indians are the most affected. So how do you think Prime Minister Modi will be managing, which affects Indians, but the problem is not respected to India?
See, for this, the best example is surgical strike, which we had in India. So, was it expected that surgical strike will be planned by Modi ji? No. But we conquered on it, and we really have a very good achievement on it. So, it is something like that only. Modi is definitely planning a platform for it in correlevance with others and correlating with others. His every tour purpose is only to plan, bring his country at par with other ancient countries which are very fast today. He wants India to be at par with other countries. No angle, India should be behind. So definitely Modi is planning for something and working out on this aspect with his team of people, and shortly maybe we will be getting a result out of it.
Alright, how do you
But he will
think?
not let it go.
Okay, ma'am. How do you think the relations what we had so in the past 4 years with Joe Biden would be different with the the second term of Donald Trump?
All the 4 years, I think they both are very good friends. They have been coordinating with each other for the betterment of their countries, inter-exchanging the views and inter-exchanging the business ideas, how both can support each other. So they have been working on it, and how it will be globally useful to others, and how it will be useful to build up the nation in all angles: economy, population, and manufacturing, and entrepreneurship, skill development. There are many aspects which they are working on it.
Alright. One thing is since Bill Clinton, every president of United States had visited India, but Joe Biden did not visit. He did not had a personal visit. He of course he visited India during the G20 summit as a part of the group. Since past 4 years, frankly speaking, people thought that there is a minute difference in the relations with the as far as Trump is concerned, as far as Joe Biden is concerned, because Trump has proven to be a very good friend to Prime Minister Modi, and Prime Minister Modi also faced a little bit criticism when he campaigned for Donald Trump, saying "Abki baar Trump Sarkar," which should not be the case done by Prime Minister of India. So, do you think have you seen any result of that or effect of that from Joe Biden's government? And how do you think that will be effective now? Do you think Trump would be remembering what Prime Minister Modi has done 4 years back? Would that be affecting now? What are your opinion on this?
See, when you have a friend and he is contesting for a election, so obviously you will be flown away because of your bonding from the childhood with him. So you will definitely put in a word that yes, he is the right candidate. He can do many things for the country. So like that. So though he is not childhood friend of Modi ji, but still he has been correlating with him. So that's why they have been very much in working out with each other's problems and trying to suggest each other and doing the things as per the comforts of the both the countries in the welfare part of it.
So, probably is an offbeat question, but do you still justify Indian Prime Minister advocating or campaigning for a candidate? Is this good for India? Is this not a wrong thing that any Prime Minister could do?
See, candidates campaigning for those people is because they hail from there. They are staying there. They have been living there. They have migrated there. So obviously they want a best governance. So they will be looking forward for a best person only. So they must have also had their self-analysis. Who could do what and how much they could do and what would be the welfare measures he has done in the past and what it could be in the present and how we are, how they are facing. All this counts.
Yeah, even though if it counts, a person in the chair of Prime Minister, if a normal person or normal MP or a business entrepreneur campaigning is different, but a Prime Minister campaigning is different. And definitely Modi has faced a severe criticism at that particular time. Would that be affecting now?
Spain is very low. And yet, are they a brick? It's a nuclear power.
Uh, we apologize for the technical slag, Mr. Invasan.
I'm sorry we got disconnected due to signal.
Yeah, thank you. We request your apologies also, ma'am. I'm sorry. We apologize for this technical snag. Please put your view, ma'am. Whether Prime Minister campaigning for a candidate is justified for his role was my question.
See, he is not campaigning. He is giving his purview, his view about how best he could be. From his side, from his angle of thought, he is just telling, yes, he is a right candidate. So he is not campaigning actually. His part of you, he is telling. Everyone has got a right to suggest. Everyone has got a right to canvass for anybody. Everybody has got their own laurel.
A person in the chair of Prime Minister canvassing for a particular candidate and using the same sentence, Abki Bar Trump Sarkar, which is similar to Abki Bar Modi Sarkar when he has contested the election for the first time in 2014. Do you think it is justified or apt to his position?
See, he was just giving an example like Abki Bar Modi Sarkar, so he just correlated Abki Bar Trump Sarkar. That's all. He just gave a slogan. That's all. He didn't mean it. See, ultimately, it is the people who are going to elect. It is the people who are going to select. It is the people who are going to judge. So it is not just because Modi has told everybody will be electing.
That's what the campaign
Trump.
means. That's what the campaign means. Just by campaign, nobody will be winning or losing. But campaigning,
See,
is it apt?
Campaign can mean many things. Campaign can mean many things. In India also, we have been campaigning for many things. But didn't we really conquer? There are chances that we are also being defeated. See, in Telangana, we couldn't bring BJP because do you think we have not done enough of campaigning? Do you think enough of groundwork we have not done? Do you think enough of efforts were not put by my senior leaders and we senior leaders? We have been working as a karyakartas and I have been with BJP past 35 years and we all have been, everyone has put in their heart, soul to work here. But we couldn't bring in Telangana. But that doesn't mean that just because we campaigned, we got it. We say it is your mouth is going to burn. So do you think the mouth is going to burn with words? No. Because practicality, ground reality and genuinity of the candidate always lies.
Ma'am, you are telling about the implications of campaign, but I am saying whether using or whether being a part of the canvas, is it apt for the Prime Minister or not? That was my question. But you are saying about the implications or the effects of the campaign, which are two different things. Campaigning is a right in India. Prime Minister Modi campaigning even for village sarpanch of his own party is a justified thing and is his right. But Prime Minister campaigning for a US candidate in a foreign country, how it is justified? That is my question.
Hey, what is wrong? What is wrong? You have a friend who is standing for an election. Coincidentally, you have people around here who are going back there. So you just put in a word. That doesn't mean that you are only insisting that only Trump should come. He is campaigning. Yes, it is not wrong. I don't feel anything wrong in that.
All right. You don't feel anything wrong with that? Fine. Coming to the next
it is
particular.
It is my personal view I am talking about.
All right, ma'am.
In general, when you ask, is Prime Minister Modi campaigning for Trump, is it justiciable, you are asking, for which it is only the people should decide whether it is correct or not. It is up to the people how they take it.
Okay. All right, ma'am.
Whether it is sportively.
All right. Thank you. Trump, when he has won, immediately after his winning, he has imposed the import duty of Canada and China. Of course, he did not mention the name of India, but he has said that every foreign country has to bear uh, increasing import duty. He stressed on Canada and China, 30% he has said. He did not give a quotation to India. What do you think? If he imposes similar duty on India, how would it impact the business? And then how would the Indian government would be responding? What's your opinion on this?
They not putting India into the panel is really very painful, because they are very opportunists. This is what I could feel when they had worked with the when they had some obligation with the Indian government. They really put Modi into the high peak of Everest. Now that they feel they are overconfident, and egoism prevails here. They don't want India to be at par with their countries, and they are afraid where Modi will conquer the total platform. I can say only that.
All right, ma'am. Trump and when the election campaign was going on between Trump and Harris, parallelly a few incidents have happened in Bangladesh where everybody expected Kamala Harris, being of Indian origin or having Kamala, would be responding on particular topic of the violence against Bangladeshi Hindus, but unexpectedly Trump has raised his voice, and Kamala Harris did not attend this particular question at all, and Trump has raised his voice against the Bangladeshi Hindus. How do you see this particular thing? What would be he doing in the matter of Bangladeshi Hindus?
See, Rome was not built on one day. Bangladeshi has just been, we have just come to the topic of Bangladesh, and we cannot correct everybody's what is called the thought process. And it takes time. It takes time to mold them to this one. Comparatively with before, now there is a difference. Lots of strings have been extended to tighten their disciplinary action, and their stay of living, and how they, how they have to be molded, because maximum they are only into violence, and they are into domination. So violence and domination, when both are there, it is very difficult to cool them down. It is only time which will make them do, which will bring this, bring a solution for this.
All right, but the world is at war since 2 years. One is between Russia and Ukraine, another is between Israel and Hamas, and immediately before becoming the president itself, Trump has directed a ceasefire measure, which of course both the leaders Biden and Trump are fighting that that they are crediting to themselves. But ultimately everyone knows that probably Trump becoming the president has played a vital role in the ceasefire agreement, and now Israel and Hamas is at peace, and Hamas is returning to the area. So obviously we have to applaud that. And on the other hand, today he has mentioned another thing, that he will be having a complete roadmap to decrease the Russia-Ukraine war. So do you think his next junction would be that his next plan would be on Bangladesh also, because during the campaign he has raised the voice?
See, we should keep our fingers crossed. We cannot say yes, he is going to do, yes, he is not going to do. If we say we are going to do, so the people get cautious there. So it is something like, they need to keep our fingers crossed. Definitely there is going to be a solution for Bangladesh.
All right, ma'am.
They are working on.
Yeah. What do you think would be the immediate effect of Trump's? Because actually the day when Trump was won, if you see, the stock markets has increased and the gold rate has decreased. So what would be, what do you think in the business point of view, how would the Indian markets get affected?
Indian market will definitely has got a second backup plan. They have plan B also. They will go by that, and they have been planning. When somebody is planning for a Indian market, obviously they will plan one, plan A, plan B. So they anticipate all this in the Indian economy and market. So definitely they have planned for it.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Srinivasan. Thanks a lot for your valuable time. We have got a very valuable inputs from you, and your opinions are very much valuable to our viewers. And hopefully, it will be a good time for India, because whoever wins, it should be a good. We anticipate that Indians
Ameen.
also would be benefited from that. Thank you very much, Ms. Srinivasan.
Yep. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being with you on this conclave, and I really enjoyed. I really appreciate the point of view of yours and point gathered from us.
Thank-
It was a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, and we
And Pankaj
anticipate that you
Srinivasan.
would be joining us very soon on the next programs.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, ma'am. That was Ms. Pankaj Srinivasan, a senior journalist, has put her views on the direct implications on Donald Trump's becoming presidency, his views, his actions, because the very first day he has taken a very crucial decisions regarding the migration, and the most surprising decision is United States withdrawing from the WHO. And how India will be impacted is a very, very crucial matter. Whether it is a good thing for NRIs or a bad thing, the time has to tell. How the deporting of the migrants will be taking place, we have to wait and watch. Let's move on to the next topic regarding the RG issue.
Yes, sir. First, we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
What's this one?
That's unleashing American energy, sir. It relates to easing permitting processes and other regulatory systems to ensure that we can produce energy efficiently to drive the American economy forward. Sir, this is about reforming the system of hiring in the federal government to ensure that merit is the lodestar of hiring decisions
Oh, as per the Supreme Court.
other matters. Yes, sir. Protecting women from radical gender ideologies.